friends, welcome to Andy's Audio Crap, where we talk about audio crapness and in all of its glory. What we're talking about today is this Onkyo, these realist speakers, this little amp and this little preamp back here, and we'll dig into what those are here in just a second. But this is an Onkyo CP-1036A. These are fairly common, or this series is fairly common. It's a direct drive, not fully automatic. It is only auto return, so there is no play button, and it does have quartz timing, so it's huge. If you don't like screwing around with belts or messing around with, you know, adjusting the timing and making sure it's perfect and dealing with you know, all of that funness that that I like to play around with, you will love one of these. And when it is on time, this little light here is green, and when it's not on time, it's red. Pretty darn easy. 2 speeds, 33 and 45. Again, when it's green, it is running 33 1/3, and it loves it. Up and down for the tone arm, so every time that you're wanting to play, you just put it up and then move it over and let it down, and then when it gets to the center, it will do the whole reject thing itself. And there's the reject. This came to me from somebody who asked me to service it. They had set it up in their home, and it was doing nothing but making a bunch of distortion. And as long as they played at a very low volume, everything was cool. The moment that they up the volume to listening level, go into a feedback loop. Now, these are wonderful turntables. Don't throw these away if it starts to do that to you, because the fix is super simple. All right, when these are shipped, they are buttoned down, be the word I would use for it. So remove all of this jazz like so, and there are 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. And these screws, once screwed down, release this piece to float. So I'll screw one up, I guess is the way to say it, to show how much it moves. So see how far up that went, or down, and see how much it lets it go. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one as far up as it'll go. Just understanding this individual's setup, they do have the speakers fairly close to the turntable, and you just heard it with the speakers right next to it, and it's not going into a feedback loop. I had to tighten it back down and just turn it on just to show you, but I'm not gonna waste your time. Just trust me. Okay, that goes back on. This here goes back on. And this here goes back on, and you can see how it just floats. Right now, let's test it to make sure that it's actually working halfway decent. Okay, that, when it came in, was making it like all but skip. That's awesome. Okay, so that's getting a little worse. As long as you're not on it thumping, you're going to be good. The thing about this player is it says right here an isolation system, which is that it does say triple stage isolation system, which I can only imagine is like, all right, you have your feet, you have this, and maybe the rubber mat is the third. I don't know, maybe I put in the comments if I'm missing the, there's something, the third one here. Is this floating? Oh boy, that was probably not good. All right, anyway, so the owner of this got it for 10 bucks. They are just happy with it. Messaged them, said I'm done with it. I've got so many more to do. I am just like falling behind seriously bad. This year I've hit more turntables than I can possibly handle. All right, the speakers, they are realist. Actually, they are realistic. Tandy, Radio Shack, Realistic, Optimus, RCA, all in bed together over time. And this is a set of really, really nice little bookshelf speakers. It's definitely not your Focal or Klipsch or Polk or anything like that. They're not meant to be. They're very, very, very shallow when you look at them from the side, but they are veneer. This is real wood veneer, and so if they start to scar up, you just put just sand them lightly and put another coat of semi-gloss on them. Actually, not semi. What is the foggy kind? Anyways, you get the point. They're just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful speakers. I wish they still made speakers with real veneer on them for a reasonable price. I think somebody did some research and said that the cheapest ones with real wood veneer on them is a set about this size, and they want $400 for them. I think out on eBay you can get these to your house shipped and everything for like $60. And to make things even better with them is that the surround on the 6-inch woofer right here is rubber, not foam, so it's not going to erode. And there's just a wood-inch tweeter, so very much almost like a I can't think of this setup. Anyway, so you get the point. Pretty cool. The little amp here is just basic. It's called LP2020AD. Several different manufacturers label these with their names on them. This one happens to be partsexpress.com. For Black Friday it was $20, so I just picked one up. It's 20 watts out to 2-channel. It'll go down to 4 ohm though, which about doubles that wattage per channel. These are 8 ohm though, so it's only running 20. And it sounds pretty good. For what it is, it sounds really good. This thing has actually saved my butt a couple of times. I put it in the car when I'm going out to thrifting, garage sales, estate sales, one-offs where I'm just going to somebody's house to pick something up. I will have this in the car ready to go, and I'll hook up the speakers to test them, because often somebody will say, oh, they worked last time I plugged them in. Well, if you last time you plugged them in was a decade ago, God knows, anything could have happened between now and then. And anyway, so this thing has saved my rear a couple of times. This is the Rolls preamp. I have it reviewed on a completely different video. Beautiful. It's vp29. Rolls and Music Hall both make the same one, so it just looks like a little box like this. I think Music Hall's is black, Rolls is red. Sounds beautiful, absolutely, hands down a wonderful preamp. Then this thing here, again, $20, so this one was 60, so 60, 20, 10, 10. What do you got? $100 down on a pretty decent system if you're patient and you go around and look for deals. I bet you could find this on eBay cheap as well. So you could get yourself a pretty nice little setup for almost nothing. Not literally, but figuratively, compared to what this would have cost brand new. To buy something like this new now, it's like $400 to $600 with this much functional capabilities, and it looks the part too. It looks like 80s, 90s. It just looks good. All right, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you troubleshoot your turntable. Don't throw these things away. Just test when you see this shape. Test it, make sure it's moving. If it's not, loosen it up. It'll come to life. That's all I got to say about that, as the famous Forrest Gump said. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.